Hello, Bill, this is Elliott Wave, and today we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. So, as we did for the S&P, the Nasdaq, and I think that's it. As I promised, we're going to do a top-down analysis with Bitcoin. So I do have my count from, starting from where you should start. So today what we're going to do is we're going to hide all of these and just count from scratch together. So we're going to see what we come up with, and so try to get a top-down analysis, as people do say here with Bitcoin. And then we'll just work our way through what is happening with the shorter term. So I'll try to put timestamps for let's say, what's happening these days. So let's say the short-term forecast. It would be nice if you also were, stuck around to watch the, longer-term scenarios of what could play out. So without wasting too much time, let's hide everything. Perfect. And we start from scratch. Now, this is an interesting count. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could argue 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Could you say that? So if you were to say this, what if you have a 1, 2? That would need to be 1, 2. Okay, so if this is a way to count it, it would need to be like this. Now, take a look at volume. So if you actually pay attention, this is kind of the largest volume we've ever had, and it would be some sort of way 3. Here will be near the top. So what I'm thinking is also, what about momentum? Let's look at momentum. Is pretty strong here as well. So I wonder. So momentum and volume makes me think, what if this is wave 3 of some degree, and we are now extending wave 5, which is possible. So what I'll say is, if this is a 1, 2, okay, if it is a 1, 2, then we could easily target equality for wave 3, okay? And this would be, as you can see, 276 million. Now, at this point, if you're still watching, most of you will be like, you're just stupid, you're crazy. It is possible, it could be, but it's the same story, right? It's always the same story. Remember, equality means that the percentage move that happened here, okay, is going to repeat itself, okay? Now, this was quick. This is already taking longer. But the fact that it happened once could indeed suggest it may happen again. If you take a look at the S&P, if you take a look at the Nasdaq, if you take a look at Apple, you take a look at what happened the first 5 years, it repeated itself, okay? So, I understand it is super bullish, but just saying, oh, it's never going to happen, I don't think it's the right approach. So this count would suggest basically this, maybe 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Now this is for me bullish. Many of you know I'm a fan of 1, 2s. I can't help it. What else is there to be said? Well, what I don't like too much is, so this would be 83, 80. So this is the largest correction, which is nice. I don't really like how these two are pretty much equal in size, but it kind of makes sense. And here we would need to be witnessing another 1, 2. So the nice thing about this count is, if it is a series of 1 and 2s, then you see how they just all end near the previous wave 1 top, which is a very common Elliott wave tendency when you have a 1 2 1 2, right? Because they start to nest and then explode higher. So basically, this count is suggesting, look, in the next 5 to 10 years, a major bull run. Now, is it gonna happen? I don't know. Could it happen? Absolutely yes. Could it not happen? Just yes. I also could. It could not happen as well. So I think I'm gonna hide this. Let's call it scenario 1, not by some order in terms of relevant, just 1. So the other one I was saying, what if this is not wave 3? Well, it could be a 1 2 2 3 4 5 3 4 5. So let's use cycle. So basically, I was saying, what if it's a 1 2 3 4 5? Is 3 not the shortest? Let's see. Is 5 shorter than 3 here? Yes. Okay, so no way kind of validation there. To be honest, this is not bad. If we were to draw a channel, yeah, we'd be missing it. So that's not too ideal. Let's take a look at length. 94, 80. Yeah, I guess it's possible. A 1 2 3. Let's look at. Okay, 1.618 was here. That's probably what, 2.618. What is it? 2.4. Yeah, 2.618. I guess. Yes. So that's actually very interesting. 2.618 straight to the point. That's nice. So at this point, we could be witnessing, I guess, something like this. Now, very common target for wave. Why is it moving? For wave 5s are equality with wave 1. So equality would stand at basically 1,000,000, which is nice. We are very close to 0.618, so 120, yeah. So I think this is another scenario to consider. And I mean, if we look at ratios, pretty much they're all big the same. This is the largest, 94%, and this is about 80%. So in a way it makes sense. And now if we're expecting some sort of wave 1 and 2 to then extend higher in primary wave 3, then this will need to be smaller, ideally not much bigger than I don't know, these ones. Okay, so about what, a 40? Oh no, that's, never mind. It's about a 70% move. 40%, 50%. I mean, I think we're ready. Oh, yeah, 20. But a 50% would take us all the way back here to 50, which is what I was forecasting in the short term. So I think that's also possible. So I'm gonna call this scenario 2. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, you guys let me know down in the comments. Or you can join the Discord. Share your accounts there, ask questions there, just beware scammers. Okay, so that's, I guess, another way to look at it. Do I have any other interesting scenarios? I mean, at this point, you may wonder. Maybe you could argue, what if we are forming some sort of an ending diagonal in wave 5? ABC 1 2 3 4 5. That would be pretty. That's kind of the most bearish scenario I can think of, right? So this would have to be ABC, intermediate. Let's make it orange. Because remember, an anti-diagonal subdivision is 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 5 times. So it's all ABCs. 1 is an ABC, 2 is an ABC, 3 is an ABC, 4 is an ABC, and 5 is an ABC. So I would say let's not discount this possibility, at which point invalidation would be past equality, so past $276,000. So we still have room if we were to exceed higher, so this invalidation. Just okay. I guess maybe to just be kept into consideration, but I mean, it doesn't look too bad, does it? Like a 1, 2, 3, 4 extended fifth and anti-diagonal extended fifth. Can we have? I'm thinking, can we have an extended fifth being an anti-diagonal? To be fair, I don't know. I don't know if there's any rule against it, but yeah, I'm just thinking about it. I genuinely don't know. You guys let me know if you know. But I guess that's another way to look at it. And once again, I mean, yeah, volume diminishing. Obviously, you start getting. Maybe the only thing that could save you in a way is that for the top here in wave 1, we actually don't have the highest RSI reading, and many times in an diagonal also you start contracting on the RSI, right? So you do this, so you create higher highs, but the RSI just does this, okay? Lower highs, yeah, lower highs. So that's usually what happens in an anti-diagonal. So perhaps that is the sign it's not an anti-diagonal. And yeah, I guess let's call this scenario 3. And now we can move on to the short time frame. Okay, so let's, which scenario should we use? So they're both extremely bullish. I think the original one that I had is actually different from these three. So the original one that I had is this one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and 5. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so let me put this in here. Oh, I should probably should I just put, yeah, but in here, the interesting thing is, oh, kind of I've touched on the channel. I think it's also the one issue is that you do have some major noise here, so you don't really know how to count it. Because if you want to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I mean, you could also count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Yeah, and also here, if, I mean, in all honesty, if you were to count this as a 1, 2, then what? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot of noise, okay? I don't like this, I'm gonna be honest. But that's always the, at the beginning, you know, because people are not interested, right? So you don't have a clear picture, because just, that's why the waves, you could say the waves don't develop. It's not about the waves, it's about, we need a large number of market participants, and at the beginning of basically every traded security, you don't really have a large number of market participants. The number of market participants just grows larger as the security, you know, gains confidence by the public. All right, so I guess it's time to zoom closer. So if we take a closer look at it, I was here at all this count, which should probably be updated, at least with the colors. So what we are going to do is very simple. So we're going to assume we have some sort of a top of a bottom here in place, okay, which is, I think it's reasonable. I hope you agree with me. And what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, let's count it here. Now we've seen with the longer term counts that we are forecasting, you know, some sort of a wave 1 and 2. 1 and 2 also, just different degrees. Okay, that's interesting. And What is? And here a wave 5, okay? Why isn't it called scenario 3? Sorry. Okay, so we're forecasting upside. Now, let's, okay, blank chart, the way I like it. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I had it some way labeled like this, okay? Now this is some degree. Let's use minor, even though depending on the count I would need to adjust it. Okay, so this is some degree, and basically what I'm saying is, what if it's this? Okay, now here the subdivision would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think is pretty much how I had it labeled. I forgot to bring a glass of water, so now I'm dying. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. Because I can see 5 wave in wave C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I gotta say, this mouse, after you use it for a long period of time, it's really not comfortable. Okay, my hand hurts a bit. Sorry. You guys know I like to complain. So here, I guess the best way to go with it, it just sounds like this. And I guess here you could say maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. WXY, ABC, you name it, depending on the subdivision, which we're not going to go into. Now here I had it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, short 5. And this would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I like this count. This count is saying, okay, we're looking for downside. Do I think wave 2 is in place? No. Do I think some sort of wave A or W is in place? Could be. I'm not going to say yes because I don't know, but it could be. Starting to have some divergence here with momentum. Okay, and we could count. I think I'm gonna do an update on Bitcoin sooner than usual, so in less than a week from now, and I'm gonna focus on the intraday here, so I'll stick around for that. So this is the way I like to count it. This is my preferred way. Okay, now is there any other option? Yes, I actually have. Okay, sorry people, so I have two of you actually sharing their accounts. How do I... Okay, so let's do this. They shared in the Discord, so that's also why the Discord's for. By the way, it's also mainly for you guys to talk to the Discord, so you guys can have a chat in there. So he has this count 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, it's basically saying I guess 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's basically saying wait. Okay, so it's sorry guys. So it's basically saying that we done that with this wave 4 goes here. Do I like that? No. One of the reason is, look at this, just too good to be true, right? Maybe it is good to be true, but also volume is pretty nasty here, and the fact we rejected 100,000, which is, as you guys know, I stress how important numbers are. I doubt it, but I also, I mean, this seems to be the alternate, so it is aware of the fact there could be a top in place here, just like I have it, and it's looking for further downside. So that's one way to look at it, and I agree with that. Now, obviously the big question is, what wave are we topping? guys know what I'm so. Is this a wave 1? Is this a wave 5? Is this a wave 3? You see my long-term counts. I guess nobody really knows. You can just, obviously we're trying to play the guessing game. And then a dear friend of mine from all the way across the, no, we don't board it, but across the Alps, not directly, shared on his Twitter. So let's see. I can see shit. So the real trading, go follow him. Is a nice guy. This is a short-term count, I guess. It was shared. When was it shared? Yesterday. You probably can. Oh man, you need to adjust your screenshot because can't see. Crap. Basically, it was saying a connector here. So I guess. Okay, so basically what he's saying is, we have, not sure about the long-term counts, but he's saying some sort of wave W or A goes here, and then he's expecting this, and then further downside for the short term. So, as I said, I'm going to cover the short term sometime probably mid next week, maybe either Friday or just Wednesday, I don't know. This was long-term counts. Any questions, guys? You guys let me know. And yeah, I think I've been long enough, and thank you for watching. Any questions? Yeah. Have a great Sunday, everyone.